Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem HaKadosh. The one is the apostles and elders, great milestone it all well. And Shalom to the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth. Got this article on AP. Just going into these riots, man. Because from when you've had the restrictions coming back in certain countries and Europe, you just had like a big wave of people starting to go get wild again, as is usually done, man. Because in Europe, man will go out there and protest at the drop of a hat, and the whether it's agent provocateurs, whether it's kids, whether it's people going out there with the intention, always some madness will go down. And it's, a few countries still. So this is what The Hague, Netherlands. Police arrested 7 rioters in The Hague on Saturday night after youths set fire in the streets and threw fireworks at officers. The unrest came a day after police opened fire on protesters in Rotterdam amid what Port City mayor called an orgy of violence. Because they didn't even confirm if it was police. More likely than not. Says it broke out at a protest against sea restrictions. Elsewhere in the Netherlands, 2 soccer matches in the top professional league had to be briefly halted for fans banned from matches under a partial lockdown. Fucking hell. In force in the Netherlands for a week broke into stadiums in the towns of Alkmaar and Almelo. Yeah. Man wanted to see the footy. I was like, fuck that. Earlier Saturday, 2 protests against C-19 measures went off peacefully in Amsterdam and the southern city of Breda. Police said in a tweet that 7 people were arrested in The Hague and 5 officers were injured. One needed treatment in the hospital. Local media outlet Regio 15 reported the rioters threw bicycles, wooden pallets, and motorized scooters on one of the fires. Fuck it all. These men are losing it. But it's them man know what life's like under lockdown, man. They're like, fuck that shit. The rioting in The Hague was on a smaller scale than the pitched battles on the streets of Rotterdam on Friday night, when police said that 3 rioters were hit by bullets and investigations were underway to establish if they were shot by police. Earlier, police said 2 people were hit. The conditions of the injured rioters were not disclosed. As long as they got fucking wigged. Officers in Rotterdam arrested 51 people, about half of them minors, police said Saturday afternoon. Yeah, so kids just fucking shut up. But hey, it shows it's prophecy, man. Them riots, that social unrest, civil unrest, it comes at the drop of a hat, man. Any and everywhere, it's popping off, and it's really it's actually shows like how small, like really what's keeping people sedate is their the bread and circus, man, the distractions. Without those, that's why it's like these men wanted to watch the footy. They couldn't get the footy. They were just like, fuck that, and bust in. And there was that happened at, what was it, the Euro? I think it was a fucking Euro where they had just like people queuing up. It was at Wembley, I believe, where it's like men were queuing up, and it was like someone just bust open the door. Everyone started running in because they're just like, fuck this. Shit. So this is what one up police officer was hospitalized with a leg injury sustained in the rioting. Another was treated by hospital staff, and countless others suffered minor injuries. Mayor Ahmed Abutaleb told reporters in the early hours of Saturday morning that on a number of occasions, the police felt it necessary to draw their weapons to defend themselves as rioters rampaged through the Port City's central shopping district, setting fires and throwing rocks and fireworks at officers. They shot at protesters. People were injured, Abu Taleb said. He did not have details on the injuries. Police also fired warning shots. So yeah, them man had coppers dropping people, people getting hit by protesters getting shot by cops, man. When I first read, I was thinking rubber bullets, but I was like, man, were just straight blazing shots. But that's how wild it's getting. This is in Europe as well. It's like most countries, it's like you're not even gonna have armed police. Well, when it comes to rap, usually it's they'll have rubber bullets, tear gas, riot shield, shit like that. But these men must have been wilding. This is what police combing through the video footage from security cameras expect to make more arrests. Photos from the scene showed at least one police car in flames, another of a bicycle slammed through his windshield. Man hulked out of that windshield. Riot police and the water cannon restored calm after midnight. It was one of the worst outbreaks of violence in the Netherlands since sea restrictions were first imposed last year. In January, rioters also attacked police and set fires on the streets of Rotterdam after a curfew came into effect. Yeah, that's like, it's it's like for these men, they're basically just it's peak, man. Because as far as it's the promise that was given to them to not do the lockdowns again was to get you yabs, and lo and behold, they got them, and it didn't Europeans United. It didn't manifest in what they believed. That's the thing. But the elite's gonna utilize this social civil unrest. They can just push out further restrictions. From when they got cops, wigging people or fucking, shooting hot ammo, hot gun, shooting hot ammo at protesters. It's already peak. Like if this was happening in in the Middle East or in Africa somewhere, they would have just said, it's insane. They're shooting at protesters that are protesting for their rights. Because it's Esau's realms. It's just they just happened to shoot. We're kind of investigating. We're not sure what happened. They were feeling threatened. Like it's like, bruh, it's kind of wild. It was like, was someone shooting at you? Like, what went down? Second Esdras 15, and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, sedition among men, man. And it's funny because you got Russia looking to do that hot invasion of Ukraine, China looking to do that hot invasion on Taiwan, and then what? That's sedition, man. It's popping off. People are not at peace with each other at all, bro. And that's the thing. Even among like in these European countries, when we had Brexit happen, it shows the fractures between Esau, man. If Satan be divided against himself, how then shall his kingdom stand? And that's what you're seeing. Esau and Esau and then Moab just basically being utilized as well for prophecy to orchestrate the end of America, man. It's gonna be where all these nations will flip and turn at each other and go to war. Of course, a man should desire to go into the city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. Yeah, those curfews, those basically not being able to travel, all these things are coming back, and that's the thing. It's like, they're saying, oh, it's the people ain't got the yabs, who are the problem, but then a second ago, it's like you're seeing bare of the people getting infected. It's like they already got it, man. And they're gonna say, "Oh, just get the booster," etc., etc. These are and hey, people look. It's funny as hell, but that's it. It's people are just gonna follow any and every instruction because they want to continue to savor the so-called joys of life, man. That they can enjoy, that they see that they have on the side, man. They want this place to continue, but it's gonna get to that point where it's gonna become evident that it can't be done. It's if if you're looking at the monetary system now, you think this shit is a joke, man. This shit is washed. Like, how the hell is this gonna be like? Where's the going back, man? The way that Biden's passing these bills, even the one what's his name as well, Trump passed the last one he passed, like just trillions and trillions and trillions of spending. Like, how what's going on there? Like, how's this gonna how's it gonna be justified? Like, how's it gonna work out? But what it's people ain't thinking about it. As far as they know, just money printer go money printer go brr. This is what behold, no, man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's gonna come down to that. That's the thing. Once it comes down to that eating, that hunger, and that's the thing. You've seen empty and emptier shelves, and it's kind of not been spoken about. It's like the price of everything's gone up. The shelves will stay emptier for a longer periods of time. That time of when it's just gonna get on top. It's gonna get peak. It's gonna get messy. It's round the corner. Yeah, I'll leave you there. Shalom. Shalom.